This cheerful card will brighten anyone's day. We will start this project with a piece of white cardstock measuring 8 inches by 5 inches. Using our paper trimmer, we will score that card at 4 inches, ensuring that your paper stays flush with the top of your paper trimmer. The scoring blade creates a crease line in which we can fold our card. We will use a lightweight piece of decorative paper for the face of our card. We will trim that to 4 inches by 5 inches. We will now attach this to the face of our card. Using the tape runner, apply adhesive to all 4 sides. This piece of paper is the exact same measurement as the face of the card, so when you apply it to the face, ensure that all 4 sides are square. Gently press down on your adhesive. Now we will use a piece of green vellum. Vellum has a translucent quality. We will cut our vellum to measure 3.5 inches by 4.25 inches. Always make sure that your paper is flush to the bottom edge for a straight cut. We will now trim a piece of light green paper to measure 3 inches by 3.25 inches. We are now going to attach this to our green vellum. Apply adhesive to the back side of our light green paper. Attach this paper to the center of our green vellum. Ensure that you have an even border on all 4 sides. Now it's time to mark for our eyelet holes. Measuring approximately 1/4 inch in on both sides, place a pencil mark so we know where to punch our hole. Repeat that for the bottom. We will use an anywhere hole punch to punch our holes for our eyelets. Place the anywhere hole punch directly over our pencil marks and using a hammer, tap a few times. This will create a hole where we've just placed the anywhere hole punch. Repeat this for all 4 holes. Ensure when you're hammering that your tool stays straight up and down. Once we have all 4 holes complete, it's time to set our eyelets. Eyelets are actually quite easy to set. Simply take your eyelet and put it from front to back and flip it over. You will need an eyelet setter to set your eyelet. This setter has a nib on the end that sits right into the base of your eyelet. Simply hammer down a few times and then check your progress. You'll see that it's starting to split. Hammer a few more times and finish it off. Repeat that for all 4 corners. For this project, we're going to use 26 gauge gold wire. Measure it to 13 inches and cut. 26 gauge wire is quite thin and therefore you can use your scissors. Gently rub it through your fingertips to work out any kinks. We're now going to attach it to our card. Thread the wire through the eyelet hole. Bend it over and pinch at the eyelet. Attach it on the back side with one of our photo tabs. This will keep your wire secure while we're working with it. Now it's time to have some fun and create some loops with our wire. Because it is a thin gauge, it is easy to maneuver and shape. When you get to the end, simply press the wire back through the last eyelet. Trim off any excess and attach with a photo tab. Repeat for the bottom and ensure that all 4 ends are fastened down. This paint chip will make a great accent for our card. First, we will trim it to 1 1/4 inches wide while removing the side with the words. Now we will choose any of the 3 consecutive colors and trim to measure 3 1/2 inches long. When we are trimming, make sure that you take off the white ends on both sides. We will use a piece of green vellum as the base for our paint chip. Using the paper trimmer, trim it to measure 1 1/2 inches wide by 3 1/2 inches long. Apply adhesive to the back side of our paint chip. This paint chip is the same length as our vellum, but we will have a bit of a border on the top side and the bottom. Using a tape runner, we'll apply some adhesive and attach it to the front of our project. Ensure that it is centered between the decorative wires. You will have a slight border on either end. Now it's time to attach our project to the face of our card. Apply adhesive to all 4 sides and a little extra in the middle. Center it to our card, ensuring that you have an even border on all 4 sides. I have chosen for my paint chip to go from light to dark. We will use our green vellum paper and punch 3 large daisies. Out of our light green paper, punch 3 small daisies. Layer the small daisy on top of the large daisy and using an awl, pierce a hole through the center of both daisies. We will use a brad as the center of our flowers. Push it through from front to back. Flip it over and separate the prongs. Ensure that the back of the prongs are hidden by our daisy. We can bend the flowers forward to give our project dimension. Repeat this for the other daisies. It's time to attach our daisies using foam dots on the back side of each daisy. Next, attach a daisy to the center of each paint chip panel. Press down gently. Notice how this gives our daisies added dimension. You'll also notice that when you open the card, we've hidden all the back sides of our wire and eyelets. And there's a great card for any occasion.